Okay, so now that the ice climbing season is over, if you couldn't tell, I can finally kind of go over my experiences with the Patagonia Alpine suit. And what I can say right off the bat, it's an amazing piece. When I got this piece last season, I basically lived in this suit. And that's not an over-exaggeration. Every time I went out climbing, I was just climbing in this suit. And I was trying to get a real feel for it. And I think all that time last season definitely helped, set the bar of what I should expect from this suit. So this past season, I got to kind of round out my experiences. I got to be on some really wet climbs this season, and I got to be on some really cold days, like we're talking negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So like I said, I kind of really did round out my experiences with this suit. And all that really did was just fortify that I really do love this suit. I think it's probably the ultimate piece for ice climbing. Like it just works really well. So right off the bat, I will say that GORE-TEX EPE is definitely it's awesome. It does everything GORE-TEX would, but now it's PFC free. And it's really cool to see that it just works so well in this suit and in other Patagonia pieces as well. I know the Triolet got updated, and I know the Super Free Alpine jacket also has GORE-TEX EPE, but this suit is just like a perfect example of what could be done with GORE-TEX EPE. And like I said, after 2 seasons of use, it's working great. Like this is my go-to suit for really cold days or really wet days, because I know with this on, like on the really cold days, I'll be perfectly fine. Like I feel like a tank. Like I just have like a beast of a shell outside, while it still allows me to climb really good, and I don't necessarily overheat in it. And it really does work really well. I'm really happy with how the material is performing. The membrane is working really well. It's highly waterproof. And like I said in previous videos, GORE-TEX EPE is not like a step under GORE-TEX. Like it's meant to be like an exact rival of GORE-TEX. So yeah, the waterproofing is great. And like I said, because it is PFC free, that's also great for the environment. It's super great to see that we're finally getting away from PFCs. But a cool thing that I've noticed with GORE-TEX EPE is that it breathes really well. Now this is something that we were told from GORE-TEX, that EPE tends to breathe a little bit better than regular GORE-TEX. At the time I was like, okay, like, sure, like that's what you're saying. But I can't actually say that it does breathe a little bit better. Like it's weird, it's kind of hard to explain really well, but it does breathe just a little bit more than like the average GORE-TEX shell. Now does that mean it's like a breathable layer and you can just do like, you can sprint in this suit and you won't get warm? No, that's not exactly what it is. But what it is more trying to say is like, you don't overheat. Like it's not creating like just an extreme barrier so no moisture can get out. And that's been kind of nice because you never get too warm on a climb while wearing this suit. I mean, I've heard, the horror stories before of like, old GORE-TEX things or old one-piece suits, and it's just like, you just get drenched in sweat. You almost get like a personal sauna. But this suit doesn't deal with that because the material is a little bit breathable. So it's pretty nice to not overheat in this suit. But on the flip side, this suit does really well in cold temperatures. I mean, this season I was able to put it through negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and I stayed really warm. Sure, it meant that I had to layer a little bit differently than other days, and that is really kind of the key with this suit, is it's not an insulated suit, it's just a shell. But a shell kind of keeps that bite, the cold bite out, and it just gives you a protection layer. So if you know kind of that going into it, you know that, okay, like it all is based on your layering to keep you warm. But when I layered correctly, it was great. Like I did a couple days out in negative 20 degree and I was perfectly happy climbing in the suit. Like I was warm and toasty and I was just like climbing on. And actually one day, like it was so cold and the climb was like randomly so wet as well, where I just had like water just like pouring on me and it was like freezing instantly on me. And I was just like, great. Like, but that, I was actually really happy to have the suit for that instance because I didn't have to worry about like getting drenched because yeah, like it's great at what it does. It's great at protecting you from the elements. Now with that being said, I want to get into how it climbs. And personally, I love how it climbs. At first I was kind of skeptical on how this suit might climb. I thought there might be restriction points and all that. Now I was skeptical of this when I first got it, like the day that I got it early. And I was like, how is it going to be? But literally just after like a couple minutes of just being in it, walking in it, and climbing in it, I was like instantly hooked day one. And after 2 seasons, I'm still there. Like, this suit is awesome to climb in. It's mobile. I mean, it's mobile without it being stretchy fabric. It's cut really well. There's no blind spots. And it's just, it moves with you really good. But now I will say it might not work for everyone. This might be a piece where it is very much like a Cinderella glass slipper. Like, it might have to fit you correctly. And I've talked to a couple people and they can't seem to get the right fit with this suit. And I know for me, the fit was perfect for me, but it's not what I would have expected. And what I mean by that is I generally wear a medium in everything Patagonia, whether it be like pants or jackets or literally anything. I'm wearing a size small in this suit. And to give you a better idea of how it fits, let me show you. Okay, so this is how the suit fits on me. And for reference, I'm 6 foot and 170 pounds. I have like a +4 ape index and I normally wear a size 32 waist. But like I said, this is a size small. And yeah, like it fits me perfectly. Like, perfectly. Now I do know when I got this suit and first tried it on, and I was kind of weary of having the size small, but I did get confirmation from the designer of the suit, Eric Knoll, that it looked really good how it was fitting on me. So I still wouldn't be in a size medium. A small is like my perfect size and it fits me great. But that's, again, it might not fit you. Now it is worth to note that this suit does come in 2 different sizes. You know, you have your regular size range, which is like small, medium, large, and extra large. There might be an extra small in there too, but they do have like a version where it's short, like it's a small short or a medium short. So again, this suit, you kind of do have to try it on to know if it will fit you. And that's kind of a big kind of comeuppance, because where do you find such a specialized piece? Like, that's going to be kind of an issue. But let me tell you, if the suit does fit you, you're going to love it. I mean, I really love this piece. Like, and after 2 seasons of use, I've really just come down to be like, this really is like perfection. Like, I love this suit. I was tempted to buy a couple more suits just because, like, to have them. Like, I love the idea of climbing in the onesie. I mean, one, it's like totally retro and totally awesome, but you kind of see why it was so popular back in like the 90s. It was just, it's great. That's like, you feel like you're kind of invincible. Like, you can brave all the elements really well, and just, it made sense. And having this suit have, like, you know, its little features, like the quality of life features, like having a spiral zip gusset on your calf, and then having the spiral zip hood. Like, there's all these tiny little things that make it just such a great experience to climb in the suit, and just having it never getting in your way. Now, I know I'm really repeating myself by saying it never gets in the way, but it is a point that I would really want to reiterate. It really just doesn't get in the way. You kind of forget that you're wearing it, and that's great for a piece like this. Like, you don't want to have like the big old baggy GORE-TEX jacket that gets in your way and all that. Like, it doesn't. Like, it's super streamlined and it just works really well. So after 2 seasons of use, the Alpine suit is definitely my go-to piece. Now, is it best for every situation? Maybe not. You know, maybe on your warmer days, you might be a little bit too warm in this suit. But, you know, if you just kind of keep that in mind, if you know you don't go on your warmer days and you don't, you know, just sweat yourself out in the suit, and you kind of use other systems, the suit really does kind of cover everything. You know, if I were doing bigger days, you know, bigger trips, I'd be climbing in this suit. You know, if I was doing an outing where I had to, you know, bivvy in a place, I'd be bringing in the suit. Like, this suit really just is kind of the perfect culmination of everything. And so, yeah, this suit is just, it's great. It really is great. And with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I do have a video that I go over kind of the specs of the Alpine suit. And if you are looking for more of the specs of the suit, definitely check that video out. But yeah, if you have any questions about this suit, feel free to leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer it. You know, I've got 2 seasons of use of it. I feel like I know the suit really well. I feel like it's basically my house because I live in it so often. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.